lot has happened since the checkered flag flew at Homestead Miami Speedway last season, but the 1UP Turbo Truck Series is back in 2024. For the start of the season, a brand new season, potentially a brand new champion as well. All 42 of these drivers hopes it'll be them, but for now, it's all left in the balance of the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway, for 40 laps under the lights around this historic venue. Which driver will lay claim to a victory here at this biggest race of the season, and who will get their championship season started off on the right foot? We're about to find out, and alongside me to bring you the action is the inaugural 1UP Turbo Truck Series champion. It is Ryan Griffin in the booth with us, and well, brand new season, brand new drivers in some cases, new faces in new places, and a mix of rookies and veterans alike all going for the same goal.
This is a big opportunity for some drivers because, I may have won the first truck championship, but I'm not in the series full-time this year. And Kev Shear, who won it last year, is not in the truck series full-time this year, let alone in a single race this year. But it's a wide-open opportunity. All these guys are going into Daytona. They're going to have equal footing going for the championship, but let's face it, tonight's all about you want to win Daytona. You don't worry about the title until after tonight.
Absolutely. Everyone wants to start their season with a win at Daytona, and for some, it could be their maiden win in the series as well. As we can now bring you the starting lineup for tonight's 40-lap affair, and a longtime Superstar Series veteran making his Truck Series debut in this race, J.D. Martin for Robbers Racing. Gets pole position in his first career start. Brandon Smith, formerly at Kings Motorsports, now at Paladin Racing, lines up alongside him. And two rookies populate the second row with Great Lakes Motorsports' Derek Hamill and Robbers Racing Cameron Lassard on row 2. Two more rookies in Whitmer and Villalobos complete the top 5. Or the first 3 rows, I should say. But we've got a lot of big names starting further back. Francois Chastain starts 18th in this race. DJ Curtis, who ended 2023 on such a hot streak, he lines up 26th today. We've got a lot of big names scattered across the field, but anyone can make their way to the front here. With the field in the hands of J.D. Martin and Brandon Smith, a new era begins in the 1UP Turbo Truck Series. The green flag is in the air, and for the first time in 2024, the trucks are underway. J.D. Martin with an excellent start off the line. He's already clear of second place starting Brandon Smith as he go up high to block the 15's advances. It looks like he's going to try, because here comes a big block from Brandon Smith and Cameron Lassard behind him.
Hopefully these truckers have learned from the 1UP, the Superstar Series dual races here, and won't try to take it full wide here in the early laps, and maybe they'll make it through the early laps. But I see they are relatively brave. They are pretty much saying 2x2. There is one truck out of line there trying to go through, and there is a little bit of 3 wide, but nobody trying to force 4 at least yet.
Oh, but you might have sold yourself short, because I do see 4 wide, and we got a spin off of 4. It's Reggie Fogelman in the 55, Jagan Janeda in the 46, well off the pace, but we stay green, because Fogelman saved that truck. He's now on pit road, going to get 4 fresh ones. We stay green.
That's amazing that he slid in that part of the racetrack to get turned there and did not hit the inside wall. That's some driving. Again, Fogelman unfortunately did miss the Superstar 500 because of an incident pretty similar to what almost a similar start to the incident there that we just saw in his dual race. He was not able to make it. Actually, he missed out basically on the last lap pass. But yeah, they're through a brush right now, and I'm hoping we don't see that again. I mean, we saw some wild dual races on Thursday or the other night because of them trying to force 4 wide. Hopefully these truckers have learned, but at least in the early laps, it doesn't look like they've learned yet.
But how about the rookie out of Robbers Racing? Cameron Lassard, in his first series start, leads the way with a push from fellow teammate Paul Villalobos in the 66. We've got 40 trucks still in the lead group. Janeda has lost the lead. Pat, you see him in that blue truck back there. Reggie Fogelman's already 3/4 of a lap down. But Now we've got 3 wides, 10 rows deep almost, as they come off turn 4 for the 3rd time in this race. Cameron Lessard continues to lead the way, but how long can he keep it up there?
Lessard right now is in the best position, but he's going to have a challenge here, as I believe that is the 15 of Smith down there that's trying to get the lead from him now, and it will be, it is Smith that's going to get the lead here off of turn 2, but he may get shuffled here too, as they remain 3 by 3, all the way basically back through the entire field. As we said, there's only 2 trucks basically not in this lead group, and that is the 2 that just had the incident, so right now you just got to be careful. I mean, one mistake right now could cause a big incident right now if we, you know.
And how, they almost come together again off of 4. This is some close racing. But we got 3 wide for the lead. Brandon Smith on the top side. He leads the lap. Justin Whitmer in the middle. And Yogen Stoyan in the 7 truck for Logan Sport, the Logan Williams' own team. They're going to come back. They had a middling season a year ago. They're hoping for a fresh start here at Daytona. And right now, Yogen Stoyan, the Romanian, going to try and get them the lead here on lap number 5.
And as much as this is exciting for those watching at home and for those here at the track, as a driver, this is nerve-wracking because you know one mistake could end your night. And right now, the only probably calm one in the race right now is probably that 15 of Smith, who's up there all by himself. I mean, almost had another similar incident off 4. Yeah, 2 trucks come together there.
Yeah, that was Stoyan in the 7 and Clayton Sessom in the 88 for Farinca Racing. Those 2 came together and they had a mini incident similar to what we saw with Fogelman and Janeda, but both of them saved it, and not only that, they're working together now, trying to push past Brandon Smith for the race lead.
I think that's actually what happened. I think it was that the 7 was up there trying to get in front of, again, I'm trying to read the truck number, I believe that's the 88, yeah, it's the 88 that he tried to get in front of, and he wasn't quite clear to make contact, but luckily both of them were able to straighten it out, and they continue on. But man, that's 2 now that we've had off that corner, and maybe turn 4 is going to be Calamity Corner here tonight.
But how about the rookie, Clayton Sessom for Farinca Racing? This ride was originally going to go to a different driver, a veteran, but he backed out at the last minute. They put the rookie Sessom in this car. He almost led in his series debut. But here comes Jeremy Frey on the inside. This guy's had a tough 2023 season for his rookie year, but he's back with D4 Motorsports, getting a push from the rookie out of Team Duke, Jacob Miller. And with Jacob Buchholz in the 10 right behind him, they're going to try and make a push on the bottom. So far, it's been Cameron Lessard and Brandon Smith dominating this race. As we're coming up on lap traffic, this will be Reggie Fogelman.
Now, this is going to be interesting because they are 3 abreast, and we've already seen how crazy he's got it with 3. Now they got to try to navigate this lap truck.
And the thing about this lap truck is, he's not a slow truck. He just got spun with no damage. He's going to be able to keep up with this pack when they pick him up. And he is going to pick him up. But look at this lead Jeremy Frey has built in the 48. A big lead here isn't always a good thing, but so far he's enjoying the biggest lead he's had in his career.
And it was the benefit. He was the line. He was down all the way on the inside. Smith got held up a little bit there by Fogelman and by the 55, and he had to make a move to go around, and when he did, it slowed his momentum. Frey on the inside was able to just go right by. As we see, Frey has already lost that position, and we got another cycle for the lead.
Oh, here we go to reckon. 3rd time's not so lucky for the field. We got trouble in the tri-oval. We got Levi Thorley involved, Grantley King, Samantha Jade in the 25 goes for a slide. Caution flag waves for the first time, and look at how the field slowed to avoid that big crash.
And it looks like, I was just getting ready to say, it looked like Zhao, who had missed out on both the 500 and the National Series race, was just about to take the lead here.
But now it's his teammate.
Yeah, mayhem on the front straightaway.
Now it's his teammate taking the lead. The 13, Nathan Stapleton, running full-time in the Superstar Series. He missed the Daytona 500 as well. He's going to get a chance at a redemption round here. But look at all these trucks involved. Oh, Johnny DiLorenzo in the 41. He had so much effort to try and make this race in the 41 truck. The only race this team made for the weekend. His hopes are done early. Justin Henley for Crossroads
Oh,
Racing.
did DJ Curtis.
Oh,
tore up the 22.
Top 10s in every start of his career for DJ Curtis. That is going to come to an end here tonight at Daytona. Audrey Anzac in the 3. Ludovic Charette in the 31. Justin Whitmer in the 91. A lot of trucks involved in this wreck to bring out our first caution of the night.
It looked like it happened basically middle of the field on the front straightaway, and I'm wondering if it's what we've seen so far this weekend. If it was a 4 wide that somebody tried to probably force 4 wide, and it probably went wrong. I mean, we'll get a look at it and hear and see for sure, but that would definitely be my inclination.
What a break this is going to be for Reggie Fogelman. He was probably going to face being a lap down this entire race. He gets the free pass. He's going to come back around.
And that's actually going to be a double break for Fogelman, or for Fogelman, because not only is he going to get his lap back, he's going to gain the spots from those trucks that are damaged as well. So
yeah, absolutely. This is a big break.
It's a double whammy for Fogelman.
Oh yeah, he's going to get his lap back, and he's going to gain at least 10 spots off of this. But we're now going to try and get you a replay of what happened, as it looks like about half the field's coming in either for damage repair or to top off on fuel. But this has just been a tough start to the race for a lot of guys who are really hoping for something good to happen. We'll get you a replay of what happened. This is the One Up Turbo Truck Series at the Daytona International Speedway. Caution flag for the first time tonight on lap number 11 has eliminated a lot of the title favorites. Look at all the trucks on pit road getting damage repair. So let's see where all this starts. It looks like it's coming off of 4. It's going to be in the tri-oval, actually, it appears. Yeah, oh, it was Hamill getting into the left rear of Justin Whitmer, set them spinning off into the infield, and it just collected a whole bunch more from there.
And again, it's the nature of this racing. When you're running together in a big pack like this, it's just one mistake.
Oh man, we got more carnage. We did not see it.
Oh yeah, there was more that happened after this.
Yeah, Justin Whitmer on his roof. Something must have happened here to have really damaged a lot of these cars. This we did not see earlier. I think what Whitmer does here, he thinks he's clear of the 59. He isn't quite, and they both get hooked together, spinning off into the thankfully paved portion of the racetrack. Whitmer gets it sent hard into the inside wall, and what's going to happen is he's going to spin up right into traffic. Oh, Justin Henley with a big hit to the 91 of Justin Whitmer. Audrey Anzac involved, Ludovic Charette, Josh Gibson as well. That's a tough impact for both the 11 and the 91 there.
Yeah, and I wonder if the original contact between the 91 and the 59 was more. The 91 saw what was happening on the top lane, trying to get
away from
a little more room, and didn't realize tried to not realize the 59 was down there. And unfortunately, he goes for a wild ride as a result.
But look at all these trucks out of this race. Josh Gibson, Justin Henley, DJ Curtis, he's not going to get a top 10 here tonight. He's going to finish 40th in this race. Johnny DiLorenzo, Justin Whitmer, Audrey Anzac, Ludovic Charette, Nate Champion in the 86. His first ride with BTB Motorsports ends early. Derek Hamill in his series debut will be out of the race. Andreas Andronico as well out of the race. And Francois Chastain, we thought he was going to be a serious contender for the championship. He's going to have a big hole to dig himself out of now.
Yeah, well, we've seen drivers overcome issues to be players, but it's kind of hard to start the season out like that and have a bad race to start the year. It kind of leaves you with a sour taste in your mouth. But I know Frank Chastain is a proven winner in the series, and we've seen that. So
absolutely,
and
DJ
you wish that they can recover, but obviously coming in here, they didn't want to leave Daytona, in the hole like this. So
yeah, and they're going to leave Daytona in a big hole. The 1 and the 22, I feel they were going to be contenders for the win tonight, and now both sit in the garage out of the race. But we still got some good contenders in this group. We've got Nathan Stapleton, a superstar driver now, driving the new Express Motorsports Mercedes. He leads this race. And how about the Terzic Inc. Chevrolet right behind him, Santi Messi in the 57, doing a great job weaving his way through the traffic. He's now second. Aguo Zhao, always a contender on the super speedways, is third. Austin Scott, making his one-up debut, lines up fourth for the restart. Stoyan fifth. R. Sarker in his new ride lines up 6th. Jacob Buchholz, he's pretty much the one remaining hope for Crossroads Racing at this point. He lines up 7th. Brian Grigsby, Angel Gutierrez, they're always threats to win. Line up 8th and 9th. Jeremy Frey managed to make it through the trouble too. He rounds out the top 10 as Samantha Jade takes her place in the lap down lane.
I briefly mentioned it before we went to the replay, but Zhao in that 98 has not had a great, I guess you could say, speed week so far this week. You know, you missed the 500, he missed the national race, so he's trying to make the best of his weekend. And you know, we mentioned before his past record on these style tracks, and I mean, here he is right now. He's running 3rd. You know, we're approaching halfway, and we're just over a quarter of the way through this event. And with that incident, you know, that's less traffic you have to deal with, less trucks you have to pass. So, you know, this could be an opportunity for some people that were hanging around trying to let something happen, and then, you know, then make your charge. So it's kind of a good little reset, and we'll see on this restart what happens from here.
And my question is going to be, how fast or how slow is this 25 truck going to be? We've seen on restarts at super speedways, lap traffic split the pack up almost immediately. My question is the 25 going to be able to keep up, or is she going to hold people up and end up maybe getting parked?
Yeah, and that was the other thing we were talking about it prior to the broadcast. You said there's the new rule that was introduced this year for the truck series, the minimum speed requirement.
Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? Because the pace truck on pit road, Nathan Stapleton in the 13 leads us to the green flag. We're back underway, and it actually looks like Samantha Jade got a just as good a restart as Stapleton, maybe even better. I think she's going to be able to keep up with the pack just fine, but maybe if she gets her laps back, she's currently 2 down right now, but if she gets those laps back with more cautions, we could see what this 25 can really do.
Yeah, and again, here comes Al again. Even if Jade is quick enough, it's still a truck that you could use to your advantage. It's Al trying to use that to his advantage to make it 3 wide to see if he could try to force the 13 up high with the 25 and take advantage on the low lane. But he really doesn't have any help down there. As now the inside looks like it's starting to develop a little bit.
Yeah, Gutierrez is trying to come along and give him a helping hand. Jeremy Frey as well. But so far, it is Nathan Stapleton who's led the most laps tonight. He is your leader by quite a big margin. And Igor Zhao trying to help him out with it being his teammate. And we actually have quite a few. Oh, and we got another wreck. They're touching it off in turn 1. Brandon Smith, Brian Grigsby, Grantley King, R. Sarker. Oh, more impacts. Levi Forley, another express truck. Going to be done for today. That's some big hits. And the 77 was having a good run. This is an underfunded team trying to make something happen this season, and now they too will start the 2024 season on the hook.
Man, and that's 2 incidences basically within 4 laps of each other, and you wonder, are these guys just being, is the aggression just been picked up because it's Daytona? I mean, you look at even at the dual races for the one up 500, you know, the aggression just seems to be up a notch for these guys. Like, they know it's Daytona, and they're trying to get everything they get every lap, but at the same time, we're having these early incidences like this.
Yeah, it's a bit inevitable, though. When you come to Daytona, you got a lot of rookies making their first starts, or their first starts in a while. Oh, and Kyler Sistrai in the 97, the one truck from Louisville Motorsports that made this race. He's going to be done to destroyed right front of that race truck. He's going to be done for the day. Look at the smoke pouring out of that thing.
And the one truck that I saw that was in that, I honestly thought, at least looking from the early laps, was going to be a big player was Brandon Smith. The 15 truck definitely looked like he had a truck capable of running. Now he sits on pit road with damage. So
yeah, Brian Grigsby as well. He was involved in this a little bit. He stayed on the racetrack though. Maybe his damage isn't as severe as we thought. But for Samantha Jade, this will be a big help. She gets the free pass and will get 1 of her 2 laps back. So
did they come off the trial into the short shoe here and then into 1?
Oh, it was double 0.
Like I say, so I couldn't quite see which truck it was. I think you said double 0 got the outside wall, it looked like, and just ricocheted right back Just a quick back and forth into the outside wall and down into the truck that was on his inside, or their inside, I should say.
Yeah, and that's a tough break for a lot of these guys, because a lot of these drivers were in underfunded rides. They were having a fantastic run of it, like Grantley King, R. Sarker, a lot of these guys, but...
Oh, no, the Double Zero actually came over.
Yeah, and got into
Double Zero came over into the 87 and the 43, and figured that one off. And God, that was a couple of hard licks there on the apron of the track for a couple of guys.
Yeah, the 77 and the 99 especially had hard hits, but we're hearing everyone's gotten out of their trucks and is okay.
But you mentioned just before we went through the replays for the wreck about James Ellison. Ellison, unfortunately, kind of like Iguazao, has not really had that great of speed weeks. He missed the 500 due to a big accident in which he was leading when he was caught up in one dual race, and was not very happy post race about not making the 500 under the circumstances. And
this was supposed to be his only start for this 30 truck this season, and
it's the nature. You said it. It's the nature of this style of racing. When you're running in a pack like that, one mistake, it could be even just a simple little misjudgment, and your day's done. Your day is done. It can even be something that's not even out of your control, and it's just the nature of it. It's on the schedule. We have to run them, and you just got to do the best that you can to try to stay out of it and then survive to the end. And then sometimes it works out for you. Like you look at Fogelman, he's got spun out off of 4, didn't hit anything, gets to pit road, gets his tires changed, loses a lap, and then lo and behold, about 10 laps later, here he is in the top 15. So it's the good, the bad. Sometimes you get the good side of the coin, sometimes you get the bad side of the coin, and you just have to roll with it and see what happens.
Yeah, and how about some of the guys that missed this wreck? Austin Scott, we were talking about making his first start. A.F. Walsh as well. Cal Farrell in that 16 machine. He hasn't made a one-up start in 5 years. He's back full-time in the Truck Series now, and he dodged a wreck. He's running in the top 15 as well. Great drive from the returning Cal Farrell. And 2 spots behind him, we were just talking about him, Reggie Fogelman in the 55. The one... Well, actually, his teammate San Vital is still in the race, but he's got some damage on the back of that 43, so he's going to be a little off the pace. James Ellison, we talked about him as well. He's going to have a little damage. Justin Browning and Samantha Jade, who did get the free pass, is now back to just 1 lap down. I think. Is she gonna? We're looking to see if when the lights go out on the pace track, it should be this time by. We're going to take a look right here. Yep, they are out, but we're looking for Samantha Jade. She's electing not to take that inside line. She's going to stick right at the back for this restart.
Because I think, and this would make sense for Jade doing this, I believe she's the only one that's off the lead lap at the moment. Yeah, so if we do see another yellow, she would get the benefit of the free pass. So that might be a strategy play on the part of the team to lay back there instead of taking the opportunity to light up next to the leader.
Yeah, because we've seen wrecks in Speed Week so far to get touched off from the lead. So these guys, though the lead is not necessarily a safe place to be, it's a safer place to be, but it's not a guarantee that you'll be able to steer clear of incidents tonight. But we have 22 laps to go, and we have 22 trucks remaining in this race. So we're going to get the restart now with 21 laps to go. I'm curious which of these remaining challengers is going to have anything for the trucks of Gutierrez and Stapleton. They look to have the best trucks so far.
I'm still saying to keep an eye. If we're doing like a ones to watch, I keep an eye on that 98. Zhao, I know he's got the motivation because, again, not having that great of speed weeks. He's up front here on his specialty. I'd watch that 98. I think he's going to be a player before the night's over.
As solid a pick as you can make for Daytona. Iguazao currently 4th, 2nd of the Express Mercedes. Nathan Stapleton is 2 trucks ahead of him. A.F. Walsh, also in an Express truck, is running 10th at the moment. So we got a lot of racing still to go. It's going to be interesting to see who can hold on for 21 more laps, because the pace truck getting ready to pull off, and Angel Gutierrez, after so many close calls last season, might be in position to get his first career win here tonight.
We'll find out. Green flag's in the air for Gutierrez, and he'll take it as we come back under green at Daytona. 19 laps now complete as we start basically what is going to be the halfway lap, lap 20.
And Gutierrez has got Stapleton in line. Iguodala, the first one to make a move, or was it Clayton Sessom making a move on the inside? Either way, Stapleton's faked a move high to try and get Gutierrez to move up. Now he's going to try low. Gutierrez has an answer for it. They're coming down the back straight. Now Stapleton makes a move that Gutierrez does not have an answer for, but he's got no help down there. Jeremy Frey pushing the 72 out to the lead.
Yep, Frey sticks in behind the 72. Now he looks really high. Rizal going to look inside of him to try to take over the third position. And we're back to double file already as we come off turn 4.
We got 3 wide. Jacob Buchholz in the middle lane. The green and yellow number 10 truck. He's the last remaining hope for Crossroads Racing, remember. He's doing a fine job after an okay season a year ago. He'd love to start 2024 off on the right foot with a good run here today. We got 22 still running, 21 on the lead lap, and James Ellison, we were talking about him, he already 9 seconds off the lead. We might see our first official minimum speed violation of the race, and it could very well be that 30 truck.
Meanwhile, they're back to 3 wide again for the lead up front. And this time I think it's going to be the 00 that might get the lead here off of 4.
Yep, move Lassard
inside line going to prevail.
Move Lassard to the point, and he's bringing the 3rd express truck, A.F. Walsh, with him. A.F. Walsh running a part-time schedule in this 89 truck. He ran the 7 full-time a season ago, taking this new opportunity with Express Motorsports, and he's making the most of it. And how about Cal Farrell in the 16? Like I said, he hasn't raced in one up for 5 years. He's making a push into the top 10.
And it looked like almost for a second he was going to try to look for a wide there. He had about a half a nose, if not more, underneath the
89.
The 89 truck. I'm sorry, I couldn't read the number. Yeah, they're 3 abreast again, and again, maybe it's just something about Daytona this year, I guess, where these guys are just so much more aggressive. And
keep in mind, we are running a new package at Daytona compared to years past to hopefully improve the on-track product. And so far, while we have had a couple incidents, I'd say it's a pretty good success right now.
I know I can hear every time they come by, the grandstand's going nuts. So the fans obviously love it here, and I'm sure the audience at home is loving it as well. But I know, speaking as a driver, the drivers are theirs are through the roof right now, just making sure you don't make a mistake.
I know some people who aren't happy with this new package, and that's the fab shops at all these teams, waiting for these trucks to get back home after the weekends at Daytona. One thing I've noticed in this pack is Lassard and Gutierrez have control of it. All 4 Robbers Racing trucks are in this lead group. You got Lassard and Gutierrez running up front, controlling everything. But you also have J.D. Martin, the pole sitter, in that electric blue number 6 back there. And you also have Villalobos in the blue and white 66. Last car on the inside lane. So
I've been watching this. Farrell's been very antsy about getting to the inside of that 89, and there's a couple times it looked like he was going to force 4 wide, but now they were able to even it out to 3 wide.
Yeah, I think Stapleton backed up. I think Stapleton backed up to let his teammate in line. Now we've got 3 Express Motorsports trucks working together in the middle groove.
I'm telling you that the driver of the 16, you said he hasn't raced in this series in 4 years. Well, right now he's driving like he hasn't raced it 4 years. I mean, he is just being very aggressive right now, and he wants to try to get that lead. And he's going to be side-by-side with Gutierrez 4 here as we come off turn 2.
And this is another underfunded team looking to shine at Daytona where the package is more equal. Cal Farrell for Seismic Motorsports. This is their first attempt in the One-Up Turbo Truck Series. They made the show on speed, and now they're making a push for the lead. And how about Samantha Jade has joined this group from the last car in line. Oh, here they come, though. They're coming up to lap the 30. This is going to be a big moment right here.
And they do. Oh, I thought they were going to force 4 there for a second. So
whoa!
They got the lap truck.
Yeah, they're One-Up's making the call to the tower now. They're to pull the 30 into the pit lane and pronounce him done for the day. That truck is just not able to keep up, and he's holding up everyone behind him. But one truck's loss is another truck's gain. How about that 55? Reggie Fogelman was a lap down and in the grass on lap 1. Now he's fighting for the lead.
He was a lap down in the grass, didn't make the 500 in his dual race, lost out at the last lap, basically the last, I guess you could say 15 feet. And look at where he is right now, running in. We're waiting for it to update, but he's running second. I mean, if that doesn't tell the tale of Daytona, I don't know what else does.
That is incredible. He's getting a push from Jeremy Frey on the top lane, and Gutierrez might try and slide up in front of him. He does. That's still an excellent run from the 55 to be able to come back from a lap down and still be able to make a run at it. But look at these trucks back here. They're topping out at about 209, 210 at the end of the back straightaway. They're making pushes to the front. They're trying to close in on that lead group. And I think the tower's now going to call the 30 to pit road. That's
just something I am just amazed that they somehow made it through that without having an incident. But it goes to show that these guys can't actually afford an incident.
So the tower's called it. 30 truck done for the day. That leaves Jacob Buchholz in the 10. He's mired quite a ways behind this lead group here, but he's the one remaining truck for Crossroads.
Oh, they are four.
They are absolutely going. And wouldn't you know it, it's Cal Farrell making the move to the inside on J.D. Martin, Samantha Jade, Reggie Fogelman. They're full wide. They're banging doors, but so far they're able to keep it clean.
Tri-oval.
Wow.
Oh no! Don't say it's safe yet. Okay, I mean they're still hanging it, but I would say they're safe until they actually finally get sorted out because they're still four right now.
They got a lot of room to work with. It's just when they come off the corner and come back together, they start banging doors again, and that's when it gets really dangerous.
That's kind of what I was saying. Is watch the tri-oval because it, for those at home, the tri-oval's very kind of narrow. It narrows up with the tri-oval, and you're trying to force four wide there. We've seen it already go wrong a couple of times this weekend.
Here comes another lapper. This one, Justin Browning in the 9. Looks like he's running at an adequate enough pace to avoid getting parked, but he is holding up everyone behind him, and that's allowing Gutierrez to just pull away with it as we take 11 to go.
God, I have got to tip my hat to Samantha Jade and J.D. Martin because I don't know how they can run that close to each other and not be making contact. That is amazing.
And what Browning did is he allowed most of the stragglers at the back of this pack to catch back up. But what it also did, it gave Gutierrez a big lead, but he's probably going to lose it soon because look at Jeremy Frey dive it to the inside, trying to lead for the first time in his career.
Actually, he led a little bit earlier, but
we didn't lead at the line.
You got to give credit to Frey tonight. All last year it seemed like he was there, but he wasn't really making noise. I mean, he came in tonight determined to make some noise, and right now he is making some noise.
Yeah, but he led that one lap. That's the first lap of his career that he has led, but he's going to lose the lead now to Stoyan in the 7. Stapleton's making his way back to the front in the 13. And who's that behind him? That's Jason Miller. Remember, this truck won this race a year ago with a different driver behind the wheel. Could Jason Miller be on pace to make it a sweep for Team Duke?
And Samantha Jade is wondering what could have been if she was on the lead lap. I mean, right here about to try to lead this lead group, but again, she is a lap down.
And before we go any further, I have been misnaming Jacob Miller this entire race, and we want to extend our apologies to Team Duke for that. It's Jacob Miller out in the lead of this race, not Jason. But although I'm sure if there's a Jason Miller out there watching, he's got to be proud of what this guy's doing regardless. But Miller might not keep the lead for much longer, because here comes Jacob Buchholz with a big push on the outside.
Well, you mentioned it about the fact that Crossroads has not had a good showing. Well, here's their other truck. It's like, oh, you haven't talked about me. Well, here we go.
And Buchholz to the lead now with 8 laps to go in this race. How about that? Can he hold on for these last 8 laps? He's got a lot of hungry trucks behind him. A lot of them trying to get their first career win. Got Jacob Miller, got Nathan Stapleton, Clayton Sessom, Samantha Jade, all looking... Well, Jade's a lap down still, and she's running out of time to get her lap back. But you also got Andrew Lyons in the 78. We haven't talked about him all night. He's now making a push on the inside line.
And just because Jade is not on the lead lap actually racing for the win doesn't mean that she still can't affect who possibly wins this race, too.
Absolutely.
So, even though she may be a lap down as far as going for the win, but she could very well be the one that delivers the winning push to a driver.
Yep, and
as we hit 7 to go.
Yeah, they're 3 wide at the line. Jacob Miller did lead that lap by a very slim margin over Sessom and Buchholz. But this is an incredible pack we've got battling for the win with 7 to go. This is great stuff.
And the other thing to keep in mind, too, we're enough late in this race, we could reach a point that if there is an incident, that very well could be the race. So
might not be a race to lap 40.
Pressure, yeah. It might be just a race to the line, which at that point, you better be on it. So
you got to give the advantage in that case to Jacob Buchholz. He's got the outside covered, and that seems to be the best line coming out of turn 4 and into the tri-oval.
At the moment, At the moment, I'm inclined to agree with you, unless we see something else develop between these other 2 lanes. But 6 laps to go, and they're still 3 abreast as they go on the line.
Incredible stuff from Daytona in 2024 to get the Turbo Truck Series underway. We got 3 wide, 5 rows deep for the lead and for the win with 5.5 laps to go. A lot of these drivers looking for their first career wins. As a matter of fact, the entire top 10 would be looking for their first career wins at this point in the race. Unbelievable stuff.
And I'm watching the... We got the 1 truck up the inside, the 00 again, as we've seen so far tonight. Just looking, and again, as these laps wind down, is the patience going to run out? Is somebody going to try to force 4 wide if it means going for the win?
And I stand corrected. Every single driver in this pack looking for their first career win in the Turbo Truck Series. No matter what happens tonight, we're going to get a first-time winner. This is going to be an incredible finish to this race now as we have 4.5 laps to go.
And again, I'm with you. I think the outside line is still at the advantage. And I think it's mainly because the middle is, I don't know so much with the middle, but the inside, because the truck behind the truck that's leading keeps looking to the inside. I think it's taking a little bit of that momentum away from the inside, as the 10 is now firmly actually going to be the leader here.
Yeah, he's coming down to try and block every lane.
Inside or outside.
Going to try and block all the lanes now. 4 laps to go.
Doing what you have to do on this style of racetrack. You have to try to manage the runs that are going on around you, although he is going to lose the lead actually to the inside.
That's the 88, Clayton Sessom. Could the short track star get his first win on the high banks of Daytona? Like I said, all of these drivers looking for the first wins, but they're going 4 wide behind them. Like you said, this is the moment where you got to pull out all the stops, and here they go, 4 wide in the further back.
And you got to watch out here, because if there's an incident, it could be a race to the line.
Coming off of turn 4.
And
and there they go!
There
they go! This is going to be a race to the line.
This could be it.
This will be it. This
to
is
the line.
And it's going to be Buchholz at the line.
First.
Jacob Buchholz takes the caution flag in first place, and that is going to do it. We're not going to have enough laps to restart this race. If Jacob Buchholz can hang on for 3 more laps under yellow, he'll be your winner tonight.
And we just... What was the comment you said earlier about crossroads racing and...
Yeah,
and how they had 2 trucks, and Buchholz was going to be the
Reggie Fogelman.
Show up.
He made a comeback, did the absolute best he could given the circumstances. He came from a lap down, running in the top 15, top 10, top 5 even. But his day is going to end prematurely as well. Tough break for him. But how about Jacob Buchholz? He had a wretched season a year ago, only a handful of top 10s, but he's going to start 2024. As long as he can make it these last 2.5 laps under yellow, he's going to start the season off with a win at Daytona.
And again, I said it, I can't harp on it enough. You know, Crossroads, everything they've been through this week, and Ellison was so down, especially after the dual races for the 500. That's amazing when you think about it. So let's see what happened here on the last lap. Did they try to force 4?
Oh, they did, and it was...
it
was Jade that got into Jacob Miller, and that got into Lassard. He was so good tonight, but he's involved. Angel Gutierrez, 3 of the Robbers Racing trucks were involved in this one. Fogelman hitting the 00 of Lassard. Jojen Stoyan involved in this one. Gutierrez was having such a good day today, and he's going to be taken out of this one.
But I don't know. I understand Jade's trying to race to get the best finish he can. But if you're a lap down truck, I understand you want to get up there and try to get the best finish you can. But it's kind of hard to defend that one when she was a lap down. And I understand going forward wide if you're on the lead lap, going, hey, closing laps of the race. But if you're a lap down, that's going to be hard to swallow for those guys that were having decent runs.
And even if when they're going to fail to finish this race, they're still going to get top 20 finishes out of this because of
everything we've already had tonight.
Exactly. So they're going to get top 20 finishes out of this, and Samantha Jade should get a 16th place finish out of this. First truck a lap down.
Yeah, lap and have to go here in the yellow for the 10 truck, and as you said, all they have to do is just, at this point, you just crawl around at pace, pretty much pace speed. And
now, it's not a given that Jacob Buchholz is the winner of this race. We've seen disaster strike the leader under caution coming to the checkered before. It happened in the Nitro National Series at Las Vegas. Remember Rasha Mahendra and his engine failure opened the door for Santiago Alvarez's one-and-done win? That was quite the race. And we're hoping it doesn't happen tonight because Jacob Buchholz very much deserves to win this race after the sterling defense he's put on. But we're just saying, it's not over yet.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's well aware of that too. Is at this point, all you're trying to do is he's listening to every little noise that's inside that truck, every little thing that's going on in there, and the crew chief right now is much trying to calm him down as much as telling him, you're gonna win this thing. You just got to make one more lap.
And look at all the trucks taken out tonight, and Igor Zhao is going to take home the fastest lap point as the white flag flies over the field under caution. Igor Zhao, actually, the top 3 fastest laps of this race all went to Express Motorsports trucks. That team is going to be a force to be reckoned with this year, I'm sure of it.
Well, we saw it, the 2 years of the Truck Series have run, the 2 full seasons. Obviously, the first year, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but our team was really good with Finn guys, with the FPM truck and everything we did there. And then last year, it was King's Motorsports with Kev Shear and his teammates all running really well and winning races. And maybe this year it's Express. Maybe they're the team this year that's going to step up and be that big name team that does well this year.
The irony of it is, they only have one driver racing for a championship, and it's Igor Zhao in the 98. He's going to take the fastest lap. He's going to finish top 5 tonight, but he's their only shot at the championship, and he's going to be a force. Because not only is he good on the super speedways, he's pretty good on the road courses as well. I would not be surprised if he makes the playoffs this year in that Mercedes.
Well, one driver that's going to put himself in a good position here to have a good season, and that is this 10 truck, because he'll bring it through into turn 3 for the last time, and he's going to be a Daytona winner
if he can hang on for just about a mile longer. Jacob Buchholz, like I said, his season last year wasn't the best. He finished, I believe, just inside the top 20 in points, only 3 top 10s on the year, but he's going to start 2024 in the best way possible, because coming out of turn 4, for the final time in this race, under the caution flag, it is going to be Jacob Buchholz and Crossroads Racing finally coming back to victory lane. And for the second time in 3 years, Crossroads Racing wins the season opener, and this time it's Jacob Buchholz in the Operation Lifesaver number 10.
Well, Operation Lifesaver saved the best. They won Daytona.
And how about Andrew Lyons in second? We barely mentioned him at all tonight. He comes home second in his series debut. That's a great run for him. Clayton Sessom led a bunch this race. He finishes on the podium in his first start. Nathan Stapleton, best career finish for him in 4th. Igor Zhao, we talked about him, brings it home in the top 5. That's going to be a great start to the year for the 98 bunch. Jeremy Frey, best career finish for him as well in 6th place. That's going to be a great way to start the year off for him. And how about Cal Farrell? He hasn't touched a one-up racing machine in 5 years. He finishes 7th in this race. That's amazing. J.D. Martin, the pole sitter, brings it home 8th. Santi Messi, 9th. And Jacob Miller rounds out the top 10.
I have a feeling this won't be the last we see of Cal Farrell.
No.
I mean, this kind of in his return after 5 years, this won't be the last we see of him. He'll
Oh,
be
absolutely
back.
not. Yeah.
For sure.
But man, what a race we've put on here at Daytona. I'm sure a lot of people won't be happy about their runs tonight, and I don't blame them. Getting wrecked out of Daytona is never an easy pill to swallow. But I'm sure a lot of people are going to be satisfied with that Jacob Buchholz brings it home under the checkered flag as your winner tonight. That's going to be a popular one.
Yeah, it's again somebody who went through the struggles of last year. Did not have a very good run last year. You come out the very next year and you win the opener. That's the best medicine anybody could put for you, and the best way to start off a season with this 10 team. And how I got to give credit to Crossroads as a whole. I mean, that's 2 of the 3 years that they've won the season opener. So, you know, they've proven they're a force to be reckoned with when it comes to the season opener.
So how about that? Crossroads Racing returns to victory lane. That's 1 race down, 19 more to go. And next week we get to do it all over again for a different set of challenges at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. It's going to be a lot of fun for us to bring that race to you. We hope to see you then as well. But from Ryan Griffin and from myself as well, we say goodbye from the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway, which has just changed the life of Jacob Buchholz forever. He is your winner today after a chaotic day. First career win for Buchholz. He wins at Daytona International Speedway.